Hi everybody, my name is Tobin and I'm playing Leap Day. A new update just came out, so let's see if they added anything new to it. Probably can't tell because it's randomized, but we'll see anyway. So, about the last episode, I tried recording and the audio messed up. So, I hope it wasn't too big of an inconvenience to just watch some words pop onto the screen. But it gave me a little bit of a way of editing stuff in, and that was pretty neat. I also think that I was sounded really, really low the last couple of videos, and I wanted to just see if I could lighten my voice a bit and sound a little bit happier, because I'm generally not happy, that is. So, looks like we got a nice tiki theme going on in the background, which is pretty neat. As for the way stuff is going, I found a nice little podcast, actually, that put a creative pep in my step. I can't remember the name of it. I'll probably tell it later on when I listen to it more. But it had some pretty neat things going in it. It had, are you a creative meteorologist or a creative rain dancer? And the And the difference was, do you sit around waiting and hoping for a creativity to strike you, or your muse to tell you something? Or do you take creativity in your own hands and actually get up and do something? So I thought that was actually really inspiring, and that's also the reason why I didn't just delete that footage and not put it up, even though the audio screwed up. And I thought that was good on me for doing that, because Liz Climo, which is one of my favorite cartoonists, she does a neat little animal thing, if you haven't heard of her already, on Tumblr. But her whole thing is, even if it's not perfect, she'll still put it up online, because it's better to do something and get it out there than not do something. And I think that is something that I have been severely lacking in my life, where I overplan stuff and try to do things perfectly right out of the bat. And I think that's diminished my joy for those kind of things, which is sad, because I'm at the point where I don't feel like doing the things I used to love doing anymore, because if I can't do it perfectly, why bother? And I think that's something a lot of us have to contend with if we're perfectionists, or even putting ourselves out there for other people. So maybe try something different if you're like me and have to do things perfectly, and just put stuff out there. I'm not expecting this series or my forays into the internet to come of anything special, but maybe it'll help get a little bit of extra money in my pocket if I can. And if I can't, well, it's fun doing this. So either way. So I've been looking at YouTube trends for years now. But one thing that I've seen lacking is somebody who, there's lots of young people out there who are shooting reaction videos and doing all that sort of stuff and screaming at every little thing. And I think that's way overdone and annoying, to be honest. So I think If I could find a nice little niche and be like the Bob Ross of, gosh dang, of playing video games, then maybe that would be something I would be good at. Or maybe have like a challenge, if I ever get anybody to watch these things, to have like a challenge if you try to annoy me to the point where I just give up on a game or something, or try to get me to have an outburst, which I think would be pretty funny. But we'll see. We'll see how far any of this goes. Because right now with my job, I can't afford to drop a couple hundred on all the equipment needed. Well, not needed, but get me to the point where I feel good about letting that stuff out into the wild. Because I know that listening to me on a iPhone, an iPhone's microphone's probably not the best thing, but it's what I have right now, what I can afford. I even got this iPhone for free from my old job. They let me keep it, so that was nice of them. But yeah, we'll see how stuff goes. In the meantime, I was talking about how I thought it was cool in the last episode how there's neat little cartoon. Man, this is giving me trouble. Neat little cartoon shows popping up on YouTube with the puppets like Arlo, or like the anime things like AI channel or whatever it was called. But yeah, I think that's pretty neat that people are doing that sort of thing. And I was wondering, man. Well, give me a second. I think I might put some some remarks, now that I know I can put in words fairly easy. Now I can put in like text fairly easy. I can maybe put in some cheeky remarks on my gameplay, or explain why I stopped talking for a minute or two. as I try to concentrate on a particularly hard part. Alright, halfway there. Here's hoping that I'm not taking too long. And here's hoping I actually get a nice little emote for this little guy this time. So I've started scheduling my my uploads so that I'm do it on the day that I get a neat little prize at the end. Oh, come on. Turn around, dummy. I've scheduled my upload so that I get a neat little prize. Really? Get out of here, you. Thank you. I get a neat little prize when I finish the level. That way you have something to look forward to every 2 days. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna speed this up because this guy is annoying. Or maybe not. That was pretty slick. Okay. Last 3 levels. Here we go. More buzzsaws. Perfect. And a stinking ledge that I can't get over. I think a lot of times people get performance anxiety from playing video games kind of thing. And the more you mess up, the worse it gets, and then you get to the point where you're like, oh, I can't even do it anymore. I don't even try anymore. But here's hoping that I don't get that way. Especially when I have to get all these fruit.